This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. Well, banning internal combustion engines is becoming quite the thing to do. Last year, California announced an ICE ban by 2035. And now the state's two senators, Dianne Feinstein and Alex Padilla, sent a letter to President Biden urging him to, quote, follow California's lead. They also asked Biden to restore California's ability to set its own emission standards, which was revoked under the Trump administration. Shortly after Biden was inaugurated in January, his administration ordered U.S. agencies to revisit fuel economy targets in July, and it announced plans to electrify the government's fleet of vehicles. During his election campaign, however, Biden declined to endorse a specific date to ban new ICE vehicle sales. Tesla has a market cap of $628 billion, more than any other automaker. But that's nothing. How about a $4 trillion market cap by 2025? That's what Cathie Wood from ARK Investment is predicting. And so far, her predictions for Tesla have been pretty much on the money. She says Tesla will generate $327 billion in revenue a year thanks to full self-driving, and somewhere between $234 billion and $376 billion a year by selling cars. It's enough to make your head spin. But that's actually something of a downgrade for Cathie Wood. Last year, she predicted Tesla stock would hit $7,000 a share by 2024. Meanwhile, you probably heard that China is banning Teslas from military and government properties. That includes banning military people and government employees from driving them anywhere. It's all got to do with all those cameras on the cars. China is afraid they'll be used for spying. Elon Musk denied his cars are used for spying and that Tesla would be shut down if it did. But it also looks like Tesla could get caught in the crosshairs as the U.S. and China ramp up their war of words. Last week on Autoline After Hours, we took you on a deep dive into the new Chevrolet Bolt EUV. This week, we're taking you on a deep dive into the Volkswagen ID.4. Our guest will be Hans Schaefer, the Senior Vice President for Product Marketing and Strategy at Volkswagen of America. If you've got questions you'd like us to ask him, send them to viewermail@autoline.tv or tweet it to @Autoline. Then join John and Gary for some of the best insights into what's going on in the automotive industry.
We want to know what drives your testing. OTA, connected car, diagnostics, remote testing. Intrepid Control Systems is here to help you work from anywhere. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
There's a history of mixing record players and automobiles, and it's like trying to mix oil and water. Bumps in the road make records skip, and don't even get me started on the distracted driving aspect of it. But Lexus has teamed up to make a custom version of the iX called the Wax with a record player mounted in the glove box. And get this, it says it won't even skip, even going over bumps. Parts of the player were 3D printed and modified with carbon fiber to make it fit into the glove box, and impressively, still fits a 12-inch record. Easter is coming up, which means Jeep is sending a number of custom machines to Moab. We're going to focus on the Magneto, a two-door Wrangler Rubicon that's been converted to run on electric power only. A single electric motor, which was tuned to put out the same power as the 3.6-liter V6 it replaces, is still mated to the vehicle's manual transmission. In the lowest possible gear setting, Jeep said it clocked the Magneto at a true snail's pace of 5 feet per minute. Remember, there's also no need to feather the clutch with an EV with a manual transmission. The electric motor is fed by 4 battery packs, one mounted in the front, 2 in the middle, and 1 in the rear, that combine for a total capacity of 70 kilowatt hours. It's capable of doing 0 to 60 in 6.8 seconds and still driving through up to 30 inches of water. Jeep didn't reveal range, but it did confirm it weighs 5,750 pounds, which is about 1,500 pounds more than a standard two-door Wrangler Rubicon. But this is not a production vehicle. It plans to bring it to Moab for the next 3 years to learn more, and adds if it ever does a Wrangler EV, it would have a different powertrain layout. In other electrified Jeep news, the plug-in hybrid version of the Wrangler, called 4xe, is officially rated by the EPA as having 21 miles of electric-only range. Unfortunately, Jeep initially estimated that its 17.3 kilowatt-hour battery pack would return 25 miles of range. Eesh, that global chip shortage continues to go from bad to worse. Supplies are likely to become even more crunched after a fire broke out at one of Japanese chipmaker Renesas's plants in Japan. The company, which controls 30% of the automotive semiconductor market, said it will take at least a month to get production of its 300mm or 12-inch chips restarted. Toyota, Honda, and Nissan are meeting to discuss the impact the incident will have on their operations. But with Renesas controlling such a big chunk of the automotive chip market, it will likely affect companies outside of Japan as well. Chinese automaker Geely is adding another brand to its portfolio. It currently owns Volvo, Polestar, Lotus, Proton, and Lynk & Co., and now Reuters reports it will create a new premium EV brand called Zeekr. Its vehicles will be built on an open-source EV chassis Geely revealed last year, called the Sustainable Experience Architecture, the same those other brands are using. The new brand will have showrooms or hubs instead of dealerships, and will sell cars at a fixed price. And to form a deeper connection with customers, it will open lifestyle lines for clothing and accessories, and launch a car owners club, which is something Chinese EV maker NIO has done. The goal of Zeekr is to compete in the high-end EV segment with companies like Tesla, NIO, XPeng, and Li Auto. But that brings us to the end of today's show. Thanks for watching, and you'll find us right here again tomorrow.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering. Boost your game.